Another beautiful game from the match between Spassky and Fischer. What number is this
I
game?
think it's the sixth game.
Number
This
6.
one, yes.
And you said
It was
probably
probably considered the best game of the whole match. I mean,
yeah, okay. Let's see it.
C4 E6.
So Fischer is with white.
It's very interesting because Fischer played the first time in his life played this variation for white.
With C4?
Usually he played almost in every game E4. He was well known, you know. Here he played C4 and he transposed the game into a queen's gambit, where he didn't have any experience. Well, it doesn't matter. Every good grandmaster knows it, no? But for Fischer was an absolute premiere. It's the first time that he played such a thing against the best line for black, the variant, the Makagonov variation played by all the leading Soviet grandmasters, including Spassky, of course. Yes.
So playing their preferred lines. Or
Yeah, he played against the preferred lines for black. You know, this is the so-called, I told you, with H6.
Yes.
This is the Makagonov variation for black. You know, very well analyzed by Geller, Karpov later on, and so on. You know, and Spassky himself. It was a Soviet specialty. Spassky played also this against myself. You know, twice. And okay, it was finally a draw, but always a little bit better for white, even in our game. So
you played with white?
Spassky, yes. Yeah. And later on, I played myself also with black against Tal, and it also a draw, you know, big fight, but draw. You know. The line is okay. The line is very good for black, but this line was considered to be almost even in every kind of position. And Fischer tried to demonstrate that white is a little bit better. Therefore, he accepted to play this with white. You know, he tried to show everybody that white keeps a little bit of advantage in every position.
To prove them wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Takes and rook c1. Okay. Well, now it's clear. Rook c8 is first, probably. Yes. And now usually they take in c5 or play bishop e2. Bishop b5, it seems very good because it controls the d7 square. I mean, if you play now, for instance, immediately knight d7, it has time to take in d7. And that is better for white.
Why?
A little bit better, because now you have to move back with the bishop in d7. You can't take with the queen because you lose the pawn from c5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and here he castles, and you know he plays on the c line against the c pawn, and is better for white in every kind of position.
All right.
It's pinned. The queen is pinned on e7. You know, therefore white is a little bit better. Yeah. So okay, a6 is a normal move, and now takes in c5, takes in c5. And
but why not taking the bishop here?
What? No, he loses the rook from a8.
Lose the rook. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, castle. Well, we have this position where the theory said that if white is better, very little. The advantage is very little, very small. Yeah. So we'll see what happens in the game. Bishop e2, normal move. No. Knight d4 comes in the central position. You know. And here
he likes to use the pin a lot.
No, of course. You know, that was the meaning of queen a4, a3. You know, the pin. You know, therefore, white is a little bit better, has a small edge in every variation. You know? Yeah. Queen d4, queen f8, and now white has to, you know, to choose a good line, and he took in e6 and tries to show everybody that this advantage is good enough. I mean, the good bishop against us, the knight from d7, who has a very good defensive position, but in every variation has a small initiative, and finally the initiative will be bigger and bigger. You see.
So everything is equal here.
Well, it seems it's even, you know, but white is in reality has a small edge always, and you'll see.
Especially
what happens in the next moves.
Especially if the white player is Bobby.
Well, yeah. Now e4, this is very strong move. It seems that he gives a pawn. Now you have to decide what to do. You can push the pawn from c5 to c4, accept a better endgame for white. You can take the pawn from e4. It's a very bad move, of course, because it destroys, you know, the structure of the black pawns. He loses finally, you know, the pawn from e4, and the end game is very bad for black.
So even if he has an extra pawn,
Yeah,
the
but
structure will be
only for 2 or 3 moves. Later on, he loses the pawn and the structure is destroyed. It's not good.
So all the
Or
center.
play like in the game on the black squares with the move d4. Okay, he played d4, and now we have the next, phase of the game, where White tries to demonstrate that he has very good attacking chances with a strong bishop on c4 on the big diagonal, controls all the squares, the central squares, and has very good attacking chances against the black king. So, okay, now you don't have counterplay with knight f6 or knight b6, and he has time to move away in some position on the other side. I mean, the problem is now if you have time to move away the queen from a3 to g3 or to h3, if you have time, it's very good for white. Bishop c4
he's
first.
preparing for an attack now.
Now he attacks the bishop,
The king.
The king. Now he plays king h8. He moves away the king, and now he has time to move away the queen to h3. Now the game is excellent for white.
Also
because
attacks.
now you have three weaknesses with black. The pawns from c5 from d4. It had diagonal from c4 to e6, and the big weakness from e6. And now white is much better. Now, strategically, white is winning here already. Now has to realize this and have very good attacking chances and try to win in a tactical way.
Now, actually, this pawn is hanging here.
Well, if he takes there, after bishop takes e6, it's very clear that black has, is in big trouble afterwards.
Because the attack will be very strong.
The attack, well, he takes in e6. Afterwards, he tries to win a pawn, by taking finally in d7 and in c5. And if you, try to protect somehow the pawn from c5, he moves away the bishop or plays finally the rook on e1, f5, f6, decisive. Yeah. In every position, white has attacking, very good attacking chances.
This pawn will go this way.
The king is very weak in h8.
All right.
So knight f8, he tries to, to have a fortress against the white attacking chances, but it's too late. The knight is much too passive in f8, and the bishop much too strong in c4. And the game is, tactically black is in very big trouble here. f5, immediate now. Now you have to take a decision what to do. If you don't take in f5, the threat is immediate to take in e6 and rook f7, or maybe play even f6. And if you take in f6, rook takes f6, the attack is crashing. So rook takes, and now has again two ideas. Put the other rook in f1.
Yes.
And in the meantime, he has also the possibility to play immediately e6 and come with the other piece in e5 and control completely the position.
So play e6 and the rook here?
No, rook f1. He has a rook f1 or rook e1 and then e6. And, he has the f file, he has the e pawn, he has everything. And the king is very bad also in h8. And very big attacking chances for white. Rook f1, okay, finally.
So black tries to defend.
Well, he tries to defend. He has no counterplay at all, here with black. Rook e7. But you see how nice he'll win this position. Winning position, but he has to show how,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
h4, he controls the square g5. Doesn't allow the knight to come somehow into play by knight g5. Okay.
Yeah, actually,
h4 is a very good move.
He controls both.
Now he prepares the last tactical blow in the game. h4, yes. Yeah. e6, again, very strong. Now?
But here wasn't better to already to come with the knight here?
Yeah, but he can maybe even
Sacrifice.
sacrifice the rook.
Yes.
And then his immediate attack on h6, and he opens the diagonal from e5 to h8, which is completely winning for white.
Yes.
So here, queen e5. Here he could resign, black. But
Because
he plays
there is no
counterplay at all.
counterplay.
He threatens, between other things, he threatens also rook f7. Even if he traces twice the rooks, the pawn from f7 wins in every variation. Queen e8, the only move. a4. Now it's complete Zugzwang. Nothing to play with black. Queen d8, he must wait. Yeah. Okay. You see, move by move, like this, little by little. Now he tries to move the queen to e4 and threaten immediate mate on h7, If he has time to play
Check.
Queen e4 and then moves the rook, and it's immediate threat on h7 mate,
Yes. So here with the queen and maybe check here and checkmate here.
He moves the rook somewhere, rook f7 or something, and mate on h7. Finished. So now, queen e8, yes. The idea now if he takes in e6, rook e5 wins immediately, He attacks twice in e6 and mate on h7.
So if he takes here, the rook here will attack, and also with attack,
mate,
crashing attack here.
So the only move is to move the knight, of course. Knight f6 probably, And now he sacrifices and finished.
So it's happening. Takes.
Terrible position.
And now he resigned.
He resigned. He has no moves. He's mate on h6, and the threat is rook f8 check. It's a fantastic game. It's like cat against mouse, the whole game, like this, Little by little, and finally, the end game. Yeah. Terrible.
Also from
to lose like this when you are reigning world champion is a terrible blow. Psychologically, it's terrible. Because Fischer played in reality, the last moves. It was Fischer playing, and the other one was watching. Really, like this.
Almost like a boa.
Right. No counterplay at all. And the impression to everybody was so strong that they didn't play anymore the variation for a few years afterwards.
So they felt after this game that
maybe it seemed that black was destroyed. In this game. The main line for the Soviet school. You can imagine to have such a result. Fantastic. Just. No, but anyway, the game was absolute beauty. What can you say? And very clear. You see, little by little, out of nothing, decisive attack.
Yeah.
The impression.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Gheorghiu.
You're welcome. Afterwards, finally, Spassky was so impressed by this match that when he came back to Soviet Union, he declared to everybody that his opponent was too strong, and the personal impression was such that he didn't have any chance. And after this words, the Soviets weren't happy at all, and he had many problems, of course. But he said the truth. When you look at this position and these games, you have the same impression. What can you say? His biggest mistake was the big admiration that he has for his opponent. But what can you do? You have to admire such a game, no?
Exactly.
Yeah.